dropped it to 26.
Let's take a look at what happened on that touchdown. There was some confusion in the secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles. Watch over here. See, they're looking back to the safety to say, what the heck is going on? And they're responsible for these guys. And then the ball snapped right before. You see him directing back there. Now watch what happens. They draw this guy out, and that opens the center of the field wide open. Miano cannot cover all this. Too much field to work with, too much time. Farrat finds him at 6 points. And see, they're talking right now about what the heck went on back there.
First down on the 26. Hebron and Walker are the backs. And it's going to be Vaughn Hebron. Runs right into Ken Harvey. And Tyrone Stowe as well in a small gain. And right now, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio. Not another touchdown, JB.
Hey, Dick, tell Matt Dallas is starting to play a little mad right now. Troy Aikman throwing to the former SEC high jump champion Alvin Harper. Dallas is on the scoreboard, trailing Cincinnati 14-7. That in the second. Back to Washington. Dick and Matt.
Hope you took those two photos of the Cincinnati scores, right? Farrat's Redskins lead, and now the Eagles have 2nd and 10 on their 26. Cunningham swings it out to Herschel Walker. Walker close to a first down. And making the play was Andre Collins downfield.
You know, the more I've watched Herschel Walker through his career, the more impressed I've gotten. I mean, you ask him to do anything, he does it. He lines up as a wide receiver. He'll be a fullback. He's a tailback. He'll motion. He'll be the H-back. Special teams guy. The guy does absolutely everything, and he does it very well. In fact, remember he told us if you give him an opportunity, he'd love to play defense. He says he could be the best safety in the league.
Wouldn't doubt it. 3rd down and 1. And the pitch to Charlie Garner. And Garner will have the first down up to the 40-yard line.
And you see who he followed right there? Number 34, Herschel Walker. Now, Herschel's not a devastating blocker, but he's very, very effective. You're going to watch him, number 34, come right out inside. All Garner has to do is just break off of his block. See the safety come up, boom, just gets a body on him. Doesn't have to knock him out, doesn't have to bowl him backwards, just stay on him, and that allows Garner to go inside.
Last week against Houston, they took a poke at him, and then Walker got mad, carried 7 times in a row in the 4th quarter, and used up a lot of clock for the Eagles. First down on the 40. Cunningham trying to bring the Eagles back. His pass out of the backfield to Walker, and he is wrestled out of bounds by Harvey. So right now, we've been talking about him. Let's take a look at the Millen file and what you have on Herschel Walker.
Well, I think the first one's self-explanatory. I think Herschel Walker is the most versatile player in the league. Not offense, not defense, everybody. And the guy at 32, he's not lost a step. Can still fly. Got to be honest with you, this guy is the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. For some reason, he just becomes like Trini and Kimberly and all those other Power Rangers, and he morph sizes or whatever they do. He's unbelievable.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure a lot of people
my kids do.
2nd and 7. And Garner is hit at the line of scrimmage. What an aroused Eagle defense led by Tyrone Stowe.
Yeah, he got all that air pumped up in his helmet. And then he goes up there and he lays that head right on you. You know, the funny thing about him, they wanted him to call the signals. But because he put so much air pressure in that helmet, he has to push his helmet all the way down and then snap the straps up. He can't move his jaw to call the signals.
3rd down and 8.
He can't unsnap it on the sideline. He won't get that thing back on.
Is he going to lift off?
He may.
Cunningham again through the air, and the pass incomplete. Herschel Walker was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, remember the first time these two teams met, Ken Harvey was a major factor. They couldn't really block him. This week they said we're going to double him, so the rookie, Bernard Williams, will get those hands on him, and if he gets by him, Joseph goes to put the headbutt right on him. Very effective. Keep him out, and that allowed Cunningham to have some time, but right now, Eagles' passing game is out of sync.
Brian Barker will kick, and Mitchell as the kick going over toward the sideline, caught by Mitchell and out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Al Jackson on the play. 37-yard kick. So the Redskins get the ball again. They have thoroughly dominated this game.
Watch Al Jackson, number 26, working on 28, Darrell Green. And listen to the collision at the end. You know, special teams we've talked about so many times. Such a major part of every single game, and so many times it's overlooked. But Darryl Green never overlooks it. And I'm going to tell you this, when the Redskins are in a big game and he's back returning punch, that's when you know it's a big game.
Redskins first down on their 25 with 7:37 remaining in the first half. And Ricky Irvins for no gain on the play. Andy Harmon. Well, our Aflac trivia answer question was, who was the other Redskin quarterback, or the only one to win his first 2 starts? Jim Ewell won his first 2 as a Redskin rookie quarterback back in 1946, and that man, Gus Frerotte, could do it today. Second down and 9 at the 26-yard line. Frerotte stays in the pocket, goes down and manages to hold on to the ball. Andy Harmon broke down the pocket and a loss of 8 yards, and that is the first sack.
I think he lost the ball. He did lose the ball.
Fumbled.
It looked like he lost it right at the end. It dropped to his knees, and they never called anything. And then Andy Harmon was at the bottom like a gopher trying to get that acorn there, a squirrel rather, and then he got it.
Not only the first sack, but a turnover all of a sudden gives the Eagles life here.
And now watch at the end. He stands in the pocket, and watch at the very end, the ball will come loose. He's standing in there. Here comes Harmon, gets the hit. Now watch the ball. See how it popped out? Right when Fridge popped on him, the ball came out, and then Harmon scurrying to get that thing. It's a great shot right here. There's the one hit. Now here comes Fridge over the top. See, the ball came loose actually before Fridge got there. That's a fumble, and that's a first down for the Eagles on this 18-yard line.
You talked at the beginning of the broadcast about how mistakes could really hurt the Redskins, and a big one here. The Eagles have it on the Washington 18. Trailing the Skins 14-0. And some Charlie Garner finds running room off to the left and gets inside the 15, and Martin Bayless quickly brings him down. Redskin turnovers. They were a plus 18 in turnover differential back in their Super Bowl year, but look how it's changed. They were all even last year, but a minus 13 and last in the NFL coming into this game.
3 new quarterbacks, Freeze, Schuler, and Frerotte. That stuff's going to happen. Now you have to get that turned around.
Second down and 5. This is the best Eagle opportunity of the game. Garner. And good pursuit by the Redskins, led by Tyrone Stowe. He's had an active game at linebacker today.
And he's a hitter. That guy's a sticker. And he's also, at this, got to be a reader. Now, this formation will give away where they're going to run the football. All you do is you got to find the fullback, Herschel Walker. He's in there to block. This guy, Garner's not blocking anybody. So you'll watch where Walker's going, and he generally will take it to the football. And you can see Tyrone just get that big body on him and stuff it.
Third down and 3. Garner is out. 2 tight ends for the Eagles. Cunningham swings it out to Walker. First down for Herschel Walker, and he goes in.
Beautiful job by Herschel Walker. And a great job by Fred Barnett.
A mistake by the Redskins after they had built up a 14-0 lead and had the momentum in their favor, blunted now as the Eagles score.
Watch Freddie Barnett. You know, he's responsible for the man who's taking Herschel Walker, and that man is 57, Ken Harvey. And then watch the end. He just runs over Morrison. You know, you forget how strong a man Herschel Walker is. He just dropped that shoulder. Touchdown.
Eddie Murray is on to kick the extra point. Brian Barker holding. The kick is good. The Eagles capitalize on the fumble by Frerotte. And it is now 14-7 in favor of the Redskins. And Frerotte, an unhappy lad.
Watch, Barnett's going to come down and look inside for the backer. He's responsible for him. Walker will swing. Now, you have to replace. This corner has got to be able to replace to make the tackle. You see, watch him come down inside. Now the corner's got to come up. Now, once the block is made, you've got to make the play. Walker, there's a 1 missed tackle, and then he runs through Morrison, and that gives him the 6 points.
Herschel Walker with his second touchdown as a receiver this year, capping a 3-play, 18-yard drive following the turnover. Now it'll be interesting to see how the Redskins respond. Mitchell on the left, and William Bell, the up back.
And remember, last time Mitchell gashed the Eagles in punt and kickoff return.
Kickoff. Mitchell on the 4-yard line. But the Eagles converge, and Mitchell is down outside the 15 by Rich Miano. Well, next week on Fox NFL Sunday, these are the early games as the 49ers come here to face Farrat and the Redskins. And then at 4 o'clock, some of you will see Arizona and Philadelphia. That means Buddy Ryan, Clyde Simmons, Seth Joyner going back home against Kotite and the Eagles.
And that one's going to be a lot of fun. Don't think that the Philadelphia Eagles haven't thought about that one already. In fact, last night, Richie Kotite couldn't help himself, and it already came out talking about that big game.
Said it's going to be a Barnum and Bailey game.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, but they got to get by this one first, and Farrat's got a hot hand.
First down on the 17, and Irvins is hit by the fridge. And now the turnover in the score has given the Eagles defense impetus.
Yeah, and William Perry, that's a lot of impetus to give. You see him talking to Ray Brown. He ain't backing down. I got to be honest with you. William Perry is playing as well as I've seen him play. I think he came in last year at the halfway mark. They didn't even know what the heck he could do. Then they found he's been physical. See him jawing right there? They got a battle going on down there.
Second down and 12. Back on the 15. Farrat pass to Cedric Smith. Cedric Smith with a big gain. Gets the Redskins out of trouble as Farrat threw the ball over Byron Evans' arm, and a gain of 28.
Got matched up man-to-man with Byron Evans, the middle backer. Going to watch him come out. He's at the fullback position. Come through now. Evans will slide through. Just a delay. Run away from the coverage. Mistake number 1. Evans looked back at the quarterback. Then mistake number 2, he lost the fullback foot race to Cedric.
Cedric Smith, who was drafted by the Vikings, used to be a blocking back for Emmitt Smith at Florida. First and 10 at the 43. A rollout by Farrat. And the pass is intercepted by McMillan. And McMillan makes the interception just before Townsend nearly got to Farrat.
Well, remember we talked about, you see Mitchell getting on him. Then we talked about McMillan being patient and reading the pattern. He's reading the same thing that Farrat is reading. First, watch Townsend going to get pressure. Now, Farrat should feel this. He takes the high road. He beats both Irvins and Lachey. Boom, for the shot. Now, on the other side, McMillan is reading the same guys that Farrat's reading. See, he's looking at number 2, but feels number 1. Cuts back in front of Winans, and then back inside to Ellard. Very nicely done.
Second interception for McMillan, and now the Eagles on a first down on their 49. Garner is split wide to the right, and the pass to Garner. He's wide open, and he goes out of bounds after picking up another Eagle first down inside the 40, a gain of 12 yards.
So what do you do if you're out of sync, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles and Randall Cunningham? Go back to high percentage. Start hitting the stuff out in the flats. Hit your fullback, hit your halfback out there. Have Barnett do a little hitch, couple of curls, nothing deep, don't push it down the field. Try to get the rhythm back to the offense.
3.5 minutes remaining in the half. Cunningham's number so far, and his TD pass was to Herschel Walker. First down on the 39, and the pass intended for Bavaro, and he caught the ball. He was sandwiched between Govea as well as Bayless, and a good play by Bavaro.
And a great throw by Cunningham. I mean, that ball was the only place it could be, because he risked an interception throwing between 2 guys in that zone. And credit Bavaro for coming down with it.
Remember, the Redskins have no more timeouts. Eagles have all 3 of theirs. Second down and 6. Here's Charlie Garner. And Harvey nearly got him for a loss of 1. Tyrone Stowe ends up making the play.
Did you see what happened right there? You could hear it right before the ball was snapped. Kurt Govea and Tyrone Stowe going, lag draw, lag draw, lag draw. Ball was snapped. The linebacker was in the hole before the fullback got there, which meant that Garner had to bounce it all the way outside.